Our phone number, 877-937-1047. Call us right now. Jump on the air with us, or you can text us. You text JJR and whatever you want to say to the number 96893. I was telling you guys, I hurt my hip somehow. I don't know how I hurt my hip, right? I don't know. Like, it hurts when I walk. It hurts whatever. And I realized this morning, so a couple days ago, I put my jeans on. I've been wearing the same pair of jeans forever. I have a whole bunch of jeans, but once I get one pair going, that's my pair. Do you know what I mean?
For like months, though,
yeah,
right?
for months. And I felt like they were kind of tight. So I text my wife, we text throughout the morning, and I go, Blake, yeah, my pants are tight. I got to chill out on my, I've been eating a lot of bread lately. And she's like, do squats. Like, that's the answer to all weight problems. Do squats. And I was like, what do you mean? And I can't get that out of my head. So anyway, this friend of mine has access to, he goes to some chiropractor that's like a special chiropractor. I don't know. And you can't get in. And so he pulled strings for me.
This is your favorite kind of appointment.
It totally is. So
you can't go to this chiropractor.
I'm going to get in with him next week. He's going to see me next week. I'm hoping to be cured before then because it hurts really bad. But, chiropractors, there's something about chiropractors that I don't totally buy, but then I also like the way I feel when I leave a chiropractor's office. Because, Peyton, you're going to one, or you did go to one?
Well, I've been going to a chiropractor forever. I've actually had the same chiropractor since I was 13 years old. Because I don't know if I've ever told you guys this, but I broke my neck when I was in the 8th grade. I was in a basketball game and landed really wrong. I fractured my C3 and my C4.
Oh.
And so I always have back problems and hip problems. My hips go out of socket all of the time, and I have to go and get adjusted and get them kicked back in. And so I've been having some really bad pain in like my lower right back. And I called my chiropractor. I was like, Dr. Miller, I need you to come and save my life right now. So yesterday I went in to go see him, and I don't think I've ever seen him in such disbelief on how my body is out of line since when I broke my neck when I was 13 and had to get readjusted.
What did you do?
Those TikTok videos with Kyle?
No, literally though. But when my hips go out of line, my left leg is like an inch shorter than my right leg. So he has to adjust me literally like an inch. And they when I used to go to the doctor when I was younger, they were like, oh, well, your leg is just shorter than the other one. And it was not shorter. It was that my hips were literally out of socket. It was insane. And so I saw him yesterday. He adjusted me. He was like, that was a huge pop. I haven't had one of those in forever. And then also I dislocated my shoulder when I was in college. And I was like, my shoulder's been bothering me. I got told by an athletic trainer that maybe I tore my labrum. Can you check it out? He felt over my shoulder. And he was like, your shoulder blade isn't even moving. No wonder why you're in so much pain. And he literally just, boop, popped my shoulder blade back into socket. I was like, what is going on with me?
Do you feel better, or does it feel worse because you were used to being so out?
Or you're sore. I would think you'd be a little bit sore after that.
So I'm really sore.
Yeah.
I feel like I got hit by a truck. But also, I had the worst migraine headache of my life yesterday, because when you do adjust your body that, the blood starts flowing into places that it hasn't been. And so it was my left shoulder that he popped in, and all up my left neck and my head was just killer.
Oh, no.
But I feel much better
You're a mess.
today.
I know.
I feel bad because of my hip.
I feel so much better right now, though. But that's just the wear and tear on my body of being an elite athlete
I was gonna
the majority of my life.
Peyton Whitmore, elite athlete. John Jay just walks awkward. And I think that's why your hips are out, is because you've been getting all those steps in. And when you get all those steps in, you start getting a little...
Well, I've been getting those steps. I have these inserts in my shoes, and then when I get my steps in the afternoon, I wear these other shoes without my inserts. Maybe that's it. But here's the thing. So when I told my wife that my pants are getting tight, I was looking at myself in the mirror today in my underwear, and it's like I have a patch of fluid on the left side of my hip. So that must be something. Maybe that's why my pants are getting kind of tight. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Fiber.
It's just jelly. It's not on the right side of my belly. It's on the left side of my
Not
belly.
just water, probably fiber.
Yeah, but who gets that? Who gets one on a patch? A patch of fluid?
You're a medical anomaly.
It hurts right. It's the patch of fluid is right where it hurts.
Do you ever think that maybe all the extra things that you do to keep yourself healthy, maybe some of them aren't good for you? Like yesterday, guys, when we were in Tucson doing some stuff, and John Jay's like, you want to see my new oxygen tank? So he opens up the back of his car, and I look around, and it looks like, when you walk into a major office and you see a giant printer that's like printing newspapers. That's what his oxygen tank looks like. It is massive.
Why is it so big? What's happening?
Well, I mean, for Rich, not knowing what a normal oxygen tank looks like, he might think it's massive.
He's new to the oxygen tank world.
My oxygen tank looked like, if you're a Star Wars fan, maybe like BB-8. So it's about this big. It weighs about 35 pounds.
4 feet high, I would say.
And the one I had, I went into the place and I was like, I brought it. So what happened was a friend of ours got COVID, was in the hospital, and they gave her an oxygen tank to go home with it. After she got done with COVID and she beat it, she had this oxygen tank that she paid for, and she's like, I don't want this. Do you want this? And I was like, yeah. So I've had it hooked up to my CPAP machine for like a year and a half, maybe 2 years. I don't know. And then when I told my doctor about it, and then I went to this CPAP place I go to. It's in Tucson. It's called Integrity Sleep Solutions.
It's a whole sleep apnea store?
Whole store on sleep apnea.
And John Jay going to the sleep apnea store is like me going to Guitar Center.
Yeah. So I go in there, and I told him about my machine, and the machine I have, because it came from a hospital, is like 15 years old, right? It's been used probably by thousands of people, and it stopped working. It's not working right. So it only gives you 70% oxygen. I need 100% oxygen.
Of course you do.
Do you actually need 100% oxygen?
No, because what happened was yesterday when I go in there, they gave me a deal on my oxygen tank, a smoking deal. I got $300 off my oxygen tank.
Oh, my God. Are they that expensive that you need $300 off?
Yeah, it was a really sweet deal. And I thought, can I trade this one in? They're like, no. I go, can you use it for other parts? They're like, no. I go, do you just throw it away? Guess so. The one I had, because the one I had was really, really, really old. And so I was all excited about my new oxygen tank. Doesn't make any noise because the one I had before was like. And
so what you showed me is actually a
brand new
more,
2025, bitch.
It's like the latest in technology.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
It looks like it's got a pull start.
I used it last night. I'm all excited.
Oh, did it work well? Do you feel like you
I think so, but I also wore a new sleep apnea mask. Then my wife came home late, and so I don't know, but I think I did well. But it's brand new, and I'm really excited about it. And this place. So anyway, I took a picture of the oxygen tank, and I said to my doctor, I go, check it out. She's like, what do you need that for? I go, oxygen. And she's like, what do you need oxygen for? I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I've had this conversation with you like 2 years ago. And she's like, you don't need oxygen. And I'm like, yes, I do. It makes me sleep better. And she's like, okay, let me know.
See, your doctor's saying, hey, guess what? There's oxygen all around you. It's free.
Just breathe.
Get a plant.
Here's the thinking is that I sleep, let's say 4 or 5 hours a night when I go to bed, 4 or 5 hours a night. That's not a lot. If I get extra oxygen, maybe it'll make up for it. The lack of sleep.
Is there science behind that, or is that
none
just
whatsoever?
John Jay.
That's just me.
So you made that up in your head.
I
to
made
make
that
you
up
feel
in my
better
head.
about your whole situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, it all started because I knew this guy a long time ago, and he was driving in his car, and he had an oxygen tank hooked up to him. And I go, what's that for? And he goes, I just like wearing it when I drive. I think it's good for you. And I was like, oh, okay. So I kind of stole that idea.
You know what's crazy is I've seen health gurus that like sleep in tents, like hyperbaric tents, freak out at John Jay's like health routine. Like, that's too much. They tell him that's too much.
That's like the one phrase John Jay probably hears every day of his life. That's too much.
Wait till you see Joe Rogan also talk about sleeping with an oxygen tank. I'm starting something right now. Anyway, Kyle, what's coming up with 3 things you need to know?
The NFL Draft 2025 starts tonight. Unless any trades happen, these teams will draft the first picks. The Titans, the Browns, Giants, and Patriots. You can catch it on the NFL Network and ESPN. Now, if you're dieting and feeling depressed, they said you're doing it wrong. The way you diet has a profound effect on your mental health. So in this study, they actually found unhealthy methods of weight loss like skipping meals, taking diet pills, vomiting. These were all linked to higher likelihood of depressive symptoms. People use extreme strategies but didn't successfully reduce their body weight also reported higher levels of depressive symptoms. So they said, if you are trying to lose weight, choose the healthy weight loss behaviors like eating more fruits and vegetables, switching to lower calorie foods, and exercising. Those were all associated with fewer symptoms of depression and in fact actually helped your mental health. So it's all in the way you do it. It's all in the method. Now, when you just want to throw the diet out the window and indulge a little bit, now you're going to have an incredible place to do it. This sounds so delicious. Cinnabon and Carvel are opening up what they're calling mashup dessert shops.
Right after your diet story?
Yeah, that's why I said when you want to throw the diet out the window. Sometimes life is about balance, John Jay. You got to do a little bit of both. So they're calling it Cinnabon Swirl. Think Cinnabon Swirl Sundaes, ice cream sandwiches, and cinnamon roll ice cream sandwiches. The first location of Cinnabon Swirl is going to open up in Oregon this May. Around 30 locations will pop up around the country by the end of the year.
Well played again, Cinnabon.
So delicious. Sounds so good. I can't wait for that shop to open. And that's 3 things you need to know.
Couple text messages. You shoot us a text. You text JJR and whatever you want to say to 96893. And it can be about anything, especially like I would assume we get a lot of messages that people are listening to the podcast, later on in the day. But Erica from Ocotillo says, because Kyle was talking about the cottage cheese mousse you made or whatever.
Yeah.
Erica says, I've made the cottage cheese chocolate mousse recently, and it was amazing. I got the recipe from Pinterest, and it's just cottage cheese, chocolate protein powder, and maple syrup. So good. I 100% think your protein powder was bad.
Oh, okay. I didn't think protein powder could go bad. Why would it go bad?
I know. I would think
powder.
so, too. John J. Rich, I really want Peyton to share her Olive Garden bean soup recipe. I keep thinking about it. I want to make it before it gets too hot out there.
I got you. I think next week when I make it again, I'll do like a little video.
Yeah, that'd be cool because now actually that's kind of funny that when we're just talking recipes.
Yeah, I'm really hungry.
John J. Rich, I'm texting in about the non-traditional name topic. Remember we were talking about weird names. I'm a 38-year-old guy named Jade, Jade, and nobody ever hears my name right. I've been called Jay, Jake, James, Jared, Jane, Dane, you name it. And usually once people do understand my name, they ask if my parents were hippies.
I like that name for a guy.
It is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
So you just text JJR and whatever you want to say to number 96893 about Peyton wearing that green dress to it's the wedding's this weekend, right?
It's tomorrow.
Oh, it's tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Peyton, I accidentally matched the bridal party one time, except I found out too late, and it was also brought to my attention, and it was indeed noticeable.
No. I'm glad you've switched direction on that.
I did order a new dress. It comes in today, hopefully, but I'm going to go thrifting anyways, just to hopefully find something.
Judge and Rich, the speed dating idea sounds fun. Yeah, we're doing it tomorrow. We're doing a whole speed dating thing tomorrow in the studio. I think we need a couple more guys. If not, we got one really good guy. But if you're a guy, you want to participate in the speed dating bit we're doing in the studio tomorrow, shoot us a text or call 877-937-1047. Try Stacks and Hacks. I have Stacks information, Rich has life hacks. In a poll, 14% of people say they often change the way they speak or act depending on who they're talking to. 33% of people say mostly that's a good thing, but 28% say it's fake.
I see you do that when we have an athlete in the studio. I think you use the word bro a lot more.
What up, bro?
I think that's actually a skill. I really do. I think it's a skill to be able to switch up when you're talking to someone, you know what I mean? Especially when you're at work or you're talking to someone, that's a lot higher than you. You do have to code switch. Absolutely.
I see you code switch quite a bit.
All the time. As I said, it's a
really
skill.
Good.
Thank you. I work on it.
A 33-year-old post office driver was arrested for a DUI in Florida early this month while on duty. She said she was invited to a house party while on her route. Listen to this.
We saw a mail truck driving in the wrong direction in the same lane that we were in. She proceeded to drive in zigzags all the way down the road until she got to the stop sign, where she proceeded to kick a Solo Cup out of the side of the mail truck. She was literally off-roading in the mail truck.
Isn't that nuts? That's just
pretty wild.
So nuts. A woman claims that her Waymo, her driverless taxi, came to a dead stop in the middle of a busy highway in Texas. Then it trapped her inside the vehicle for over 5 minutes while she talked to customer service. Becky took to TikTok while walking down the highway to talk about her experience.
We're in a Waymo. It was going the wrong way. We called customer support. It stopped us right here and wouldn't let us out of the car. And we kept saying, hey, we're on a highway, please. Cars kept honking at us, and it would not move. It would not let us out. No one from customer support would actually move the Waymo. So now we're walking on Mopac, and our Waymo is still there.
What?
This is insane, Waymo.
Hey, they're still working out their kinks. Which what do you got for life hacks?
Yeah, I guess so. Okay, so if you've ever been stuck in your life and you just feel like you're kind of sludging through the world and you need something fresh, experts say there's a a hack if you're in a funk, and it's so easy. Do you know what it is? Would you guys like to know what it is? Of course you would. It is traveling, and you don't have to go far. Just get in your car, go somewhere for the weekend. You can even go 100 miles, but they say traveling, for the most part, makes people smarter, more creative, and actually improves your problem-solving skills and boosts your appreciation of life. So get out there on the highway. Gas is a little cheaper right now anyway. Go get yourself a hotel in a small town.
Jesse, good morning. What's up? You're on the air.
Hey.
Hi. What's up?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Oh, okay. So I was listening to the podcast this morning on the way to work. It was yesterday's podcast, and you were talking about how you made this delicious broccoli with your butter and all the things. And then at the end, you're like, I ended up throwing it away. And Rich is like, oh, no, some delicious broccoli. All weird, and it just made me like gag a little bit. And I was like, it makes broccoli.
The way Rich said broccoli?
Yeah, he said broccoli, just delicious broccoli.
Let's see. We got the clip. Here we go. I threw it in the garbage and I just stared at it. I was like, what a shame.
Yeah, that's 4 eggs.
It was such a shame.
Delicious broccoli. But that is weird. I'm with you, Jessica. That weirded me out, too.
Broccoli.
I think my teeth got in the way of that one.
Delicious broccoli.
That was a test.
Jesse.
Like you had a big bushel of broccoli all in your mouth.
I love you, Jesse.
I apologize. You should have never had to have heard that. I will never do that again.
I'm so glad you called, and I encourage other people to call anytime about anything like that. Thank you so much. That's awesome.
You're welcome. Love you guys. Bye.
Love you too. Bye. You can call us at 877-937-1047. You can also text us. You text JJR, whatever you want to say, to the number 96893. Peyton, you're going to L.A. Why? What's in L.A.?
My family is in L.A. My dad is actually from South Central Los Angeles. So I'm going out there this weekend to spend time with my grandpa. It was his birthday yesterday, so our whole family's going out there. But yesterday I was on FaceTime with my aunties, and I love them. They are pure comedy. And I learned a few things on my FaceTime call with my aunties. One, apparently audiobooks are the new thing. They were talking about this audiobook that they were listening to as if it was like how we would talk about a movie or a TV show. And I was just sitting there listening to them. They're like, have you gotten to this part? Ooh, it gets so good. And I'm just like making fun of them. I'm like, you guys are so...
What book?
It's called Danger. I'm not sure who it was written by. They didn't tell me that. They said it's called Danger and that apparently it's really spicy. And I was like, I don't want to listen to that. And they were like, you need to listen so you can teach Kadeem a little something.
Oh, wow.
I was like, okay, well, maybe when one of you guys picks me up from the airport on Saturday, we can put on your little audio book. Whatever.
Aren't those, isn't that what you're saying is that they're talking about like a TV show? Isn't that what book clubs are?
Yeah.
My wife was at a book club last night. Like, that's what they do. They talk about a book like a movie.
True. If I were in a book club, the only thing I would do is listen to the audiobooks. Yeah. And then I would be able to participate.
Yeah, and I thought it was fascinating. That was so fascinating. I'm like, who listens to audiobooks? But I guess they do, and apparently it's the new thing. And if you want to spicing up your little life, go and get an audiobook.
Are these your dad's sisters?
These are my dad's little sisters.
Okay.
So my dad's the oldest, and then it's my Auntie Kenya and my Auntie Gina, who's the youngest. And so I'm on FaceTime with them. We're laughing, whatever. But I found out something really interesting about like my family history that I didn't know. So my aunt had sent me a picture of my grandpa who were going out to celebrate his birthday. And it was a picture of my grandpa and my grandpa's dad and my grandpa's 2 brothers. And the picture, I'd never seen a picture of my grandpa's dad, my great grandpa. And I was like, he kind of looks like a lot lighter than the rest of them. Like, what's that about? And I didn't know. My Auntie Gina had told me that my grandpa, his dad's dad was half white. And I was like, what? I had no idea. Like, that just blew my mind. Like, I thought my family was like, one side was white and one side was black. And then here I am, the little chocolate swirl cone, right? And so I'm asking all of these questions. I'm like, wait, my grandpa is like 70-something, which means like his dad had to have been born in like, I don't know, maybe like the 1940s or 30s. So if that means that his dad was white, then that means that his mom is black and that they had an interracial relationship like in the 1910s. And I was like,
oh, wow.
that is not like what you hear in history. Like, that was a time of, like, race war, segregation, all of these things.
Yeah, and they could have probably gotten in trouble for it. And wow.
And they loved each other.
And
Yeah.
I mean, either they loved each other or it was the awful side of history. In my great grandma, I don't even know.
You're losing me with all the grades.
I know. I don't even know. But
I got you a
apparently
great grandpa. So your great grandpa is half white.
my great grandpa is half white.
Okay, so
and
you're
his
like
mom is black, which is just not
right.
common.
So you haven't heard any stories passed down? Like
No.
what happened? They were so in love. I'm going with 1923 love story because that love story is so beautiful.
Yeah.
It's
so
great.
I'm wondering like if there was a love story there or is it it's really bad.
You got to
I have
research
no idea.
that.
No, that's what I'm saying. I have no idea
Well,
what
some
side of history it really falls on. I just thought it was so fascinating.
Find letters unless she burned all the letters to keep herself warm in a fire.
Just like 1923.
Everything goes back to 1923. I mean, when you mentioned that time frame, that kind of is what comes to mind as of right now. But that's pretty interesting.
I thought that was
You
so
got to ask Grandpa when you're there.
fascinating. I'm going to,
He
yeah.
might have some. He probably just thought nobody really wanted to know, or whatever. But you should dig in and find out. That would be
Right.
Yeah.
And especially because I've always struggled with like my
Your family
identity
tree.
and my family tree and the things like that. I've always struggled with that. So I am like so excited to get to LA and talk to my grandpa about this. I'm like pumped.
That'd be cool to get all the information. Is anyone in your family done a family tree or something
Yeah,
like that?
we've done ancestry DNA.
So when you know, no, like my uncle Sergio, he got into this several years ago, many years ago, and he has a whole family tree of the Mexican side of our family, how it came and where everybody came, and it's really interesting. But I also only want to talk about it with him for like 5 minutes because you kind of get like you just go, yeah, they were in love, and you want to hear a little bit about it, but then enough. I don't need to hear more. Like my uncle, my great whoever murdered somebody in Russia was a Jewish Russian man, and then moved to escape that. Moved to Mexico, and then married a Mexican, and that's where the rest of my family came from. Right, so I know some of that, but like my uncle has all the details.
Yeah.
But after a while, you kind of like, all right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I could probably get the details because my grandma, she passed 2 Octobers ago. She was the one that was secretive. She was the one that didn't want to tell us anything. I think
Right
my
on.
grandpa might spill the beans if I get a little bit of cognac in him.
Heck
He
yeah.
might be
So
down.
that means you're not exactly half white then.
Yes, I am.
How? If there's a little half, there's some whiteness in the little bit. Maybe you're a quarter white,
Maybe.
or maybe you're.
I
it would
don't
be
know.
more.
maybe
it would be
wait.
more than a quarter.
It
A
would be
quarter
more
would be
than a
less.
quarter. But my grandpa isn't my dad's biological dad. He adopted my dad when my dad was like 2 years
Man.
old. So
Okay.
biologically,
Your tree's confusing.
I know biologically we're not Whitmores, but because like biologically, like when we did ancestry DNA, Whitmore does not show up in my lineage, even though that's my.
So
last
you're
name.
like, you don't have a family tree. You have like a family nursery. You're like Peyton Moon Valley Nurseries.
We're a hot
Just
mess.
all these bushes and just follow the veins. You got too
Anymore, I
much
think
going on.
most
just get in the
families do
backyard.
have broken trees from here and there and
Yeah,
everywhere.
But I just thought that was so cool. I was
That's
like,
very
what?
cool. I can't wait to hear what you got to come back with
Yeah,
on Monday.
I'll let you guys know.
The
1047.
things John Jay's phone starts playing randomly when we're
No.
listening.
And the weeks after his arrest.
You know what? You can see pretty soon. I'll post it on Instagram. We were on a true crime podcast, and somebody sent it to me, and it was about a time that Rich and we were part of a murder investigation without knowing it, and it was all over TV, and we didn't know it. And they used clips of the show in the murder investigation, and someone just sent it to me because now it's part of a true crime podcast. I'm about to post it.
They should
So
talk to us because we were threatened by the killer.
Yes.
In that.
We will post it on John Jane Rich in less than 10 minutes on our Instagram, so you can see what I'm talking about. And so it just went off as I was editing it. Anyway, hi Nick.
Hey. Hey,
we're
guys.
playing a game.
We are going to play a game today. Does
What
that
up,
sound
David?
good?
Yeah, David. Hey.
Hey.
All right, so you're playing for Diamondback tickets.
Yeah,
right.
4-pack for
Yeah.
Minecraft Movie Day.
Oh, right on.
Let's go. We're playing Beach Shazam today. Everyone knows at this point, I like to theme my games today, guys, right?
Yeah.
I like to theme my games.
Of course.
What's everybody talking about?
Today's theme is I couldn't figure one out. It was creative enough, so we're just going to do the Billboard Hot 100.
Love
Oh.
it.
Okay?
Always
So it's the
topical.
top 10 songs in the country right now, and I even put them in order from 10 to 1. Now, you guys, we work in radio. We play
should know
these songs
this.
all the time. So you have 7 seconds of the song. You have 3 seconds to guess the name of the song and the person who sings it. If you get both, you get 2 points. If you get one or the other, you get 1. And then obviously if you don't get any, you don't get any. Okay? All right. We'll start with John Jay.
I guess I'm the problem.
That sounds like Morgan Wallen.
Okay.
Morgan Wallen and Post Malone. I guess I'm the problem.
Okay. And John Jay, 2 points.
Boom.
Starting strong today.
Boom.
Post Malone, not in that song, but the name of the song is called I'm the Problem. It was Morgan Wallen. That's the number 10 song in the country right now. Rick.
But I'm up and I thinking I just might lose it all.
Benson Boone. Beautiful Things.
Yeah. Yeah.
On a
2
side
points.
note, Benson Boone's new song is fire.
Oh, it's
It
good.
is so good. It's
so
so
talented.
good. All right. Starting off strong, John Jay, 2 points. Rich, 2 points. Pepe.
Just know you can never come back home. Don't let me down easy if you're gonna leave.
Don't Let Me Down Easy.
Okay.
Post Malone and Kevin Gates.
Okay. I mean, those are all incorrect.
Okay.
Of course, everybody in the room knows it. I'll just say it because I don't.
Midland.
I don't want to. I don't want to embarrass
No,
me.
they do.
Of course, it was Big X the Plug featuring Bailey Zimmerman, All the Way.
Okay. Where did that fall on the charts?
8, number
Oh.
8 in the country
Wow.
right now, falling
Okay.
down a couple spots from last week. Kyle.
Problematic. Problem is I want your body like a fiend, like a bad habit. Bad.
Oh my God, is that Teddy Swims? I'm blanking out. Teddy Swims.
Teddy Swims is correct. The name of the song, of course.
That one.
Yeah, Lose Control
Yeah.
is what we were looking for. Theodore Swims is correct.
Good for him. He's still in the top 10.
Yeah.
That's like over a year.
Yeah, well, just get ready for this one. David, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Someone pour me up a double shot of whiskey. They know me and Jack Daniels.
Shabuzi.
There's a party.
Oh, boy.
I don't know the song name. It's Shabuzi.
You got some
You're
of
right.
this song.
Yeah, Shabuzi is correct. A bar song, parentheses, Tipsy, celebrating its 53rd week on the charts.
That's
amazing.
Good for him.
So 1 point there for David after round 1. John Jay, 2 points. Rich, 2 points. Peyton, Goose Egg. Kyle, 1 point. David, 1 point. We'll move on. Now, the number 5 song in the country goes to John J. Van Ness.
You got me kissing the ground. Who sanctuary.
Oh, Jesus.
Try to be what you thought. Well, Lord,
Can we steal?
Hold on. You can't talk when I'm trying to guess.
Wow. Distract.
Hosier, and Make Me Steal, Make Me Feel.
Make me. I'm sorry, John Jay. That neither of those was correct. Did you know it, Peyton?
Yeah, it's Ordinary Alex Warren.
Yeah, good job. Way to go.
Teddy Swims not Teddy Swims. What's his name? Ed Sheeran just did that song
Ed
with
Sheeran
him at Coachella,
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, that was a really interesting fact, Peyton.
Yeah, I thought it was cool.
The number 4 song in the country, Rich.
Chaperone. Pink Pony Club. Great guitar solo at the end. That's why I love it.
There you go. Pink Pony Club is correct. 4 points for Rich in this game. Peyton, it's your turn.
baby girl. Let me see you
Nokia
do your
Drake
dance. Let me
says
see
you
you twirl. Shaking the girl with your whole
This is
girl.
a song of
Take a
summer.
pic for the
Nokia Drake.
Yeah,
Baby
sure.
girl.
Yeah, good job.
Thank you.
2 points for Peyton in this game. Not enough to win. Rich currently in the lead with 4 points. Kyle.
Oh, that is Bruno Mars and Lady Gaga. Till the World Ends or something like that song. Something like that. Something. Die.
Till
Something
the-
till we die.
Yeah,
Something
till we die. Die with a smile is what we were looking for. Really, really close. You do get 2 points because you got Lady Gaga. and
She's not
Bruno
about the
Mars.
lyrics.
Thank you.
3 points.
I'm not.
David, if you can get this
Yeah.
song, you're going to win the game.
All right, let's go.
Number 1 song in the country.
Kendrick Lamar did 33.
Is not the name of the
good.
song. The name of the song is
Luther.
Luther.
Such a good
David,
song.
you know what? Should we?
Yeah.
Should we come on.
Yeah, of course.
He got
Let's just do
SZA.
it.
All right. You get the 4 tickets to Diamondbacks, dog. Hold on the line.
Awesome.
All right.
Good job, David.
Hold on, dude. Hold on. We are going to get some entertainment news, but there's a couple things that I think we're not going to cover in entertainment news. I thought I'd get to really quick. Did you see who People Magazine said is the most beautiful person in the world?
No.
Who?
Wasn't it Demi Moore?
Demi Moore. I remember when it was Jennifer Lopez, and I agree with Jennifer Lopez. In fact, I think, how can you be the most beautiful person in the world one year and not the second?
Well,
Right, like what changed?
time
Right.
is cruel.
And Pete Davidson has removed 30% of his tattoos so far, and it costs $200,000.
Oh,
He says it's going to take him 10 more years to get
How
the rest of them.
painful.
And this is big. Taylor Swift and Hugh Jackman. You know about this?
Showman 2?
They're going to be subpoenaed to the Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni thing.
Oh, wow.
We knew that was coming.
Well, that's getting juicier and juicier.
And this I thought was really interesting. I guess some actors sometimes have to do like nasty things for movies, right? They're like the scene you got to shoot. And so BuzzFeed put together a list of gross behind the scenes facts for movies and TV shows that I didn't know about. So I thought it'd be kind of cool to go over. For example, Rainn Wilson, Nick, one of your favorite actors from The Office. You know what he used to do whenever he had kissing scenes with Angela from The Office?
He would eat a bunch of onions, right?
He would eat a smelly tuna sandwich.
How rude.
Why would he do that?
Yeah, they talked about it early on in the Office Ladies podcast.
There's a movie called Rescue Dawn with Christian Bale, and apparently he ate real maggots in the movie.
Whoa.
Danny DeVito ate raw bluefish in Batman Returns mixed with mouthwash and spirulina, so it was all blue.
That tracks.
Seems unnecessary. Like they could have had like a prop with some
Necessary.
delicious blueberry.
Is it necessary?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
They should have hired Kyle for that. During the family dinner scene in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the table was set with real rotting animal carcasses, and they filmed 26 hours straight in 100-degree weather.
Oh, it probably smelled so bad.
Halle Berry didn't shower or take a bath for 2 weeks to get ready into character for Jungle Fever.
Gross.
Will Ferrell had to film that spaghetti scene in Elf twice, and he threw up during the first take.
I can see that. That gives me a stomachache watching that.
And there's a movie called Vampire Kiss with Nicolas Cage, and he ate a live cockroach. I remember hearing about that. I never saw the movie, but there's like he takes a live cockroach, puts it on his tongue, and eats it. A big cockroach.
They can't CGI that?
And I guess Nicole Kidman and Zac Efron, they're in a movie called The Paperboy. And there's this, you know, when you get stung by a jellyfish, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah, you just use the bathroom on it.
Right, and that's what she did, for real.
Well, she's good.
I heard that was debunked.
Yeah, like it doesn't actually
Like that doesn't
help.
work.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're right. Maybe it doesn't work, but that's what they did in the movie.
Okay.
In the movie, she had to do that for
She
that
actually
scene.
did it?
That's what I'm saying. They actually did it. Nicolas Cage actually
All
ate a
those
cockroach.
things seem so unnecessary.
Right.
I know.
Like,
I know. You're right. Right.
Like with the proper props, none of those would have been necessary.
As if Kyle's an actress. Could we get the proper props, please?
No, I just feel like,
no, I agree
like
with
how
you.
many
Magic.
people have faked going number one, like on camera? Like you could probably do that pretty easy.